Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I have another dupes video. So today I will be duping the Colourpop and rawbeautykristi at Forest Sight palette. And yeah, I gotta start doing this, y'all, because the Black Friday sales are already happening and I just have to be a little more selective because I'm just seeing so much that I want. So if you want to see how I dupe this palette and whether or not it's something that you may already contain in your collection, keep on watching this video. Don't forget to leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about my dupes and consider subscribing and joining my community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. Y'all, we gotta start being choosy lovers, choosy makeup lovers. Y'all remember that song by Aaliyah? Choosy lover. Like we gotta do better, y'all. We have to start, instead of feeling like, I gotta get this, I gotta get this, I gotta get this, we gotta flip it. Like, does this collection deserve my money? Does this brand deserve my coins? And I don't think I've been thinking like that. So I know I'm not the only one. Yeah.
Mom, this is how I make vegetables.
Oh, okay. Very good. So as I said, we are duping the rawbeautykristi and Colourpop at Forest Sight eyeshadow palette. You know, I have a pretty extensive eyeshadow singles collection now, and I need to start shopping my stash before I run out and buy something, you know, just because I see the colors in a certain story and they look good, because I may have them already. Let me show you my palette and then we'll talk about the colors I chose and what brands they're from, and I'll compare them to the description on Colourpop's website. Then we'll do a look. Now, my mom tells me that my palettes, and my aunt, that my palettes are always dirty. So I did clean this. Now this is my version of the At Forest Sight palette, and I will explain about these shades down here. You'll be surprised at a couple of the shades. Let's talk about the shades that I chose. And
milk. Okay, carry on.
Let me just do this one part and then I'll get you some milk. Let me just share the colors that I chose and swatch them. I will compare them with the description on Colourpop's website. And again, this isn't going to be an exact dupe, but it was enough to let me know that, hey, I don't need to rush out and buy this at all. So pull the sleeves. So, you know, this is rawbeautykristi's second collection. The first one she did with PUR Cosmetics earlier this year, and PUR was not ready for that collaboration. I did purchase that collection. I had no idea who she was at the time. I was doing it, I had just started my channel and it was my first collab. Yeah, it was cool. But I did depot that palette, and in an episode of Depotting Goes Wrong, I lost a lot of the shades, but yeah. Really?
Can I be in the picture?
You may not be in the picture. You may not. No. I will pop some pictures up of the palette so you can see the actual swatches compared to my swatches. All right, so the first shade we have is Puffball. Puffball is a matte mid-tone yellow brown. Puffball was the only shade I had a problem with. I did not have anything like that out of all these single shadows I have. So I just decided I needed to do something a little bit better. I chose the shade Harvest by Terra Cosmetics. This is a beautiful duochrome shade. This is a gorgeous one, y'all. Let me zoom this in so y'all can see. So this is the shade I chose for Puffball. Again, it's not exact, but I actually like it better than the actual shade in the palette. So next we have Chanterelle. Chanterelle is a matte muted marigold. For this shade, I chose the shade Mango Tea by Sydney Grace. Looks like this. Okay, now what I will say is that in the PUR palette with rawbeautykristi, there was a shade Camelot. I believe that was the shade. Would have been a perfect dupe, but I lost that shade. So I'm sad. Next we have the shade Raine. And Raine is described as a matte terracotta. So for this, I chose the shade also Harvest, same name as the Terra Moon shade. This is by Sydney Grace. And I believe that is a matte terracotta shade. And again, these shades are not exact dupes, but we're talking about a vibe. We're talking about a color story here. All right, next we have the shade Old Growth. It is a matte muted warm pink. I chose the shade Adore Me by Sydney Grace. Now I want to show y'all that she has the shade Mood Point, which was in the Pure collection. That was another one that almost got destroyed. And I just want you to see compared to the swatches, like we are able to dupe rawbeautykristi with rawbeautykristi. So sometimes when you see the shades in a different way, in a different color story, you don't think you have something like it, but you really do. All right, next we have the shade Evergreen. Evergreen is a metallic olive. So for that, I chose the shade Cadet by Sydney Grace. This shade is gorgeous, y'all. The next shade we have is West Coast. West Coast is a metallic yellow gold. This shade is called Golden Ember by none other than KKW Beauty. This was a shade I depotted. I depotted the She's So Fire palette, which I do like, but I really wasn't using it because I have so many palettes. So I depotted. So that's the shade I'm going to be using for West Coast. Next we have the shade Homegrown. Homegrown is described as a matte chocolate brown, and it looks really warm toned to me. For this I chose the shade Solomon by Sydney Grace. I will also say that in her Pure collection, there were some dupes for this one, but I lost them. Yeah. But she had, you know, on that neutral palette, I think there was one or two that would have been great. The next shade is Amanita. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a rich matte Merlot. I did not have a matte Merlot, but I had a shimmer by Sydney Grace called Princess Pepe. So that's this here. Next, we have the shade Fiddlehead, which is described as a matte olive.
Oh, can I take my clothes off?
No.
Why?
For that, I chose the shade Bravo by Sydney Grace. Bravo always seems to come in handy. I thought y'all were going on a trampoline. Let me swatch that again. Next, we have the shade Emerald City, which is described as a deep matte teal. I chose the shade Siren Call by Sydney Grace. There's a theme here. Now I will swatch that, but I also want to show you that her shade Garden State, which is from the Pure palette, would be a good dupe too. A little bit brighter, but it's close enough. Next we have the shade PNW, which is a matte navy. From the rawbeautykristi and Pure collection, I chose the shade Hurtful. And last we have the shade Let It Rain, which is a matte black with copper pinpoints. So, you know, this one is a little special because it does have some glitter in it. I don't have a black with glitter, but I do have the shade Smoke Show by, oh, I'm sorry, I do have the shade Smoke Screen by Colored Raine. That's this one right here. I'm not sure how much those glitters will show up. Here are my dupes for the At Forest Sight palette. Now again, they are not going to be exact, but what I'm trying to illustrate here is that you may have a close enough color story where you can maybe wait for a sale, or you may realize I don't even need this at all because even though the colors aren't exact, I could probably get a similar look. I guarantee you that with this palette, that I made, I could probably do, if I had the Colourpop one, I could probably do one look on one eye and on the other, and you probably couldn't tell the difference. I'm just saying, that's what I think. And I also just wanted to point out how you can dupe some of these colors with the shades from her collection with PUR. So there's definitely, you know, a color theme that she likes. Sometimes I think that when we see these palettes, because of the way the colors are grouped, you think it's something new, but if you switch them around, it's really not. Nothing new under the sun, y'all. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and get into a look with these shades that that I chose to use, and we'll wrap it on up. Go ahead, you can go now.
Bye.
Okay, it was pajama day at school today, y'all. My God. Okay, now also in the collection, you know, there are some Super Shock shadows. I think there are some of the Luxe lip oils. There were some eyeshadow pencils. I can't remember what else. When I ordered my child palette for the giveaway, I just happened to order these 2 liners, and these look really similar to the colors that are in the collection. So it just is a coincidence. Yeah, let's get into it. I guess I'm just gonna do one look today. So to prime my eyelids, I am going to be using this Colourpop cream shadow in the shade Camouflage. Sometimes I'll use this one, and sometimes I'll use Laurel. Laurel is like my exact skin tone, and Camouflage is a tiny bit darker. Sometimes I like that because it gives me like, it already gives me a little bit of a transition and helps me with that gradient effect sometimes, you know, that I'm trying to achieve. See, so it gives you a little something right there. I have no idea what I want to do at all. I haven't watched any reviews of the palette yet, but I just wanted to see if I could dupe it based on the shade descriptions. And I do think this is pretty close. Like I said, not exact, but pretty damn close. Because every day I swear something else comes out. And I just checked Instagram. No, I just checked Melt's website and see that they have everything set up and ready. So I'm really trying to get my little list together because I'm not trying to get the okie doke next Friday. Like, I want to get what I want. I want to bam, 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 put it in a cart, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, like, and just be out, because it might be a mess. Then I'm gonna be mad. So I'm telling you, y'all, we really got to be choosy and, you know, give our money to, we got to make these companies work hard. Like, you got people duping themselves. Like, Huda, you duping yourself. How many times you gonna dupe yourself, Huda? How many times? I love Huda Beauty, but like, how many times are you gonna dupe yourself? Cause that, never mind, I don't wanna talk about it. They got the gold palette coming out. You know who almost had me, still might have me a little bit? Kylie. Now, I've never bought anything by Kylie Cosmetics, but that damn Grinch palette with the original Grinch packaging, girl, you almost had me. What I like about that is that, see, to me, it's not very Christmassy, and it's something that you could wear all year long, which also seems like the reason people are complaining about it. They're like, it's not very Grinchy. I'm like, well, what, you want something you only gonna wear in December? Because I don't want something that I'm just gonna be able to wear in December. It kind of reminds me of the Toasted Avocado palette from BH, which I did not get. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the palette. I might like do a BYOP Grinch palette, but then she has these shadow sticks. Now those look really cute. All right, I'm off task. I really should do 2 looks, but I just want to have one complete look for once. I feel like I'm always walking around with like 2 different eyes. Let's start out with Adore Me, which is that muted pink. We're gonna start with that. I'm gonna try to deepen this up today, but let's just start with that. In the transition area, just putting it right underneath the brow. Just starting with the little stabbing motions, and then I'll blend. That way it will grip onto that cream shadow. I must say, I really do like priming with this cream shadow by Colourpop. Like I said, some people, you know, say it's kind of like the matte paint pots, but I can't compare it because I've never tried those. But yeah. So if you kind of stab it on there first, it'll hook on, and then you'll be able to blend it. Don't try to blend it first, because then you'll be like, And for this, I'm using my Rephr 15 brush. This is like a tried and true blending brush that I have really come to love. If you're interested in trying natural hair brushes, Rephr is definitely your brand, and they are super affordable. I'm trying to think who else is coming out with something. I just saw some Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I don't want those. What else did I see? Oh, I just saw it. House Labs. They have all these really cute quads. Don't want those, although they're really cute. Viseart has some quads out. They look a little boring to me. What else? I don't know what else is out. That Grinch collection is adorable though. I gotta think. All right, this looks good. Let's deepen this up with the shade Solomon, which is that warm matte brown. Gonna take this Bristles Beauty brush, which is gonna be good for getting into that crease area. I'm just gonna make it a little deeper in here. I feel like I hear Camden getting into, do y'all know Camden got into the trash last night and it was so much. I'm surprised he's not sick. Like, the trash was everywhere. It was all over the kitchen. I'm surprised he's alive. Because there was like, we had salmon yesterday. So there was like the container, you know, with all the raw fish on it. Oh my God, I hear my nephew. It was just so much. I was like, that's neither here nor there. All right, so we have a little bit of depth here in the crease. Hopefully you can see the difference when I added that Solomon shade. Like I said, it's just the little things, Gonna go ahead next with the shade Bravo. I might end up switching this up a little bit, but Bravo is that olive green. We're gonna go ahead and put this on the outer corner here. Oh yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. And just blending it up. Just a taste. Going to the other side. I'm so thrilled with my Single Shadows collection because it's like, you can make temporary palettes and then when you're tired of them, you can just put them back. Like, I love that. So I can have the whole at Forest site experience without the at Forest site money. And then when I'm done with it, I won't have it anymore. Like, I don't have to declutter it. I don't have to give it away. I don't have to feel bad. I can just make it into something else. And that really, really makes me excited because it's like you can always kind of make your collection new again. And that really makes me happy. So, you know, I am really getting into this because of that reason. Because it always feels good to have new stuff. Like, who doesn't like to have new packages coming to the door all the time? You know what I mean? But then it's like a high and then you come down. Well, I sound like an addict, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a high, like, oh my gosh, I got this. And then, you know, you looking at it and everybody's talking about it. But for real, Colourpop will have something out next week, so. Because the Troyons is coming back in stock. Like, it's just, Colourpop will have something out next week and then you're gonna be, you feel like a has-been. You feel used and abused. That's what happened with Wild Nothing. Like, I had gotten Wild Nothing and I got one for my giveaway. And that was the first time I remember Colourpop coming out with something in a while, you know, because of COVID. So I was real pressed to get it. I hadn't even gotten Wild Nothing and they came out with that Garden collection and I was pissed. Because the Garden collection was way cuter and way, like, the colors were deeper. So I got mad and never used Wild Nothing. I was just mad. That's when I broke up with them for real. Cause I was like, that's messed up. And my stuff was held around the corner at some warehouse for like a whole weekend. Like, it was a long time. And by the time I got it, I didn't even want it anymore. I was just like, now I got a couple sets just sitting here. I was mad. Okay, I like this a lot. Got a little smoky green in there. All right, so now we're going to do the lid. So I want to use like 3 colors, but I don't know how that's gonna work. we'll see how we can try to incorporate both of these shades. But I definitely want to use these two here. This is Harvest. Now, you know, in the rawbeautykristi one, this is like that matte mustardy yellow brown, which I'm almost positive is the shade Camelot in her Pure collection. I will be popping pictures up. And then this shade, I think Evergreen, looks really good in her palette. So let's just try to get a feel for what, you know, the shimmers would look like in this palette. Oh, this is pretty all the way matte. I might just use this. You know, maybe I'll do one on one eye, one on the other. Cause this is this color right here. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Look at it. Okay. Then sometimes I put these palettes together and like it better than the palette, the real palette. Like, I think I like this better. All right, and then on the other side, I'm gonna go ahead with the shade that we will be using for Evergreen. Ooh, this is Cadet by Sydney Grace. Let me get, look, see? Oh, this, don't talk to me. That's all I can say. Don't talk to me. My camera cut off. I swear Cam is in that trash can, but I'm not getting up. I do not feel like one out there. Is that you or Cam? Oh, that's not Cam at all. I'm sorry, Cam. That's all. Oh, okay. August is out there sweeping. Here come Cam, my hair. He's probably like, I hate this place. That's my voice for Cam. He's always had the same voice for 13 years. All right. I'm gonna take the shade Bravo again, just because I went up a little high in some areas, and just blend it out. Now let's do an inner corner highlight. You know I can't come on here without a KKW shadow and not use it. So we're gonna go ahead and use Golden Ember for the inner corner highlight. Don't say nothing. Y'all can't say that because I didn't even buy her little birthday collection, so I didn't really want it, but I'm just saying. And this is a nice shade. It is. I mean, you can't really mess up with gold, I don't think. Okay, very good. So let's go and use Harvest by Sydney Grace. Is that what we want to use? Let's see what that looks like. Using an e.l.f. or actually a Morphe smudger brush. Go ahead with that. I just like to blend this out a little bit. Just, you know, just so it's a little smudged out. Okay, I think I like it. Now for a liner, we're gonna go ahead and use the shade Smokescreen by Colored Raine, and just use that to give us a little liner on our top lashes. And the goal is for that to be a bit smudgy. Okay, I think I got it in my eye, but here are it ended up being 2 looks. So the only difference is on one eye, I used the Harvest Terra Moon shade, and on the other one I used Evergreen, I mean, it's not Evergreen, Cadet by Sydney Grace. All right, so now we will go ahead and do some mascara. Just using the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. Oh, who is that? Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm sleeping 4.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I'll give you $1. You're up to like $3.
Sleep.
You sleep in my floor?
Yes.
That's how kind. You are so kind.
Look at the dustpan.
Oh, let's go look at the dustpan. He's like on this like chores thing lately. I mean, I ain't gonna be mad. Somebody's taking my trash bag around for me. This must be my lucky day. Somebody's taking the trash cans around. I don't know what I did in the previous life. There was something else I was gonna say. Oh, I've been watching a lot of videos by Lauren May Beauty. Really like her. Discovered her channel in the middle of the night about 2 weeks ago. Has a huge eyeshadow singles collection. She is all about rearranging, making new, you're doing good. She's all about rearranging, making new palettes, just like, you know, renewing your own collection. And I think it is so important because I'm about to be spending some money. I'm telling y'all. Black Friday sales some of them are happening. I think I said that. But then we have...
Mom, there's so much dirt.
That's not dirt. It's from the chair because it's old. Cleona reopening. Like, take my money, Cleona. Like, give your money to them. Because I am telling you, I forgot to line my eyes. You will not be sorry. You will not be sorry. I have not seen one video where someone's like, ugh, they're just not great. Not one. I have not seen one video like, don't get that. No. I have not seen one.
I'm the janitor.
You're the janitor? Okay.
I can sweep.
I appreciate it. Being clean is important. I have not seen one video like,
clean the house.
I appreciate it. I don't see one video saying, oh, don't get Davina. They're not that good. Like, no. So I'm just saying, because I get real caught up. Like, I'm about to turn my post notifications off too for Trim Mood, because it's like several times a day something new coming out, and I be all like, oh, do I need this, do I need this? Like, why am I putting myself through that type of stress? Why are we doing that to ourselves? And we're doing it to ourselves knowing that we have stuff or have stuff in the mail or any, you know, it's not cool. I made a little bit of a mess, but I think y'all can get the point of the look. So I forgot the eyeliner, but I did want to use one of these new eyeliners. So I have two colors. I have the color, what is this, Sub-Zero, and then I have the color Red Rock. Ooh, let's see what they look like. Ooh, hold on. Oh, these are both really pretty. Let's go with Red Rock, I think. I did this all in the wrong order, so we'll see how it comes out. But now I will say, because you know me and Colourpop, we got an on again, off again relationship, but these gel cream liners, like, get those. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of stuff. That mascara I had on in my last video, the indie haul, that was from Colourpop. Oh, I gotta update that description box now that I think about it. That was their BFF mascara. I have it in yellow and that coral color. They had it in like every color of the rainbow. Like, when they restock, get that. Like, get that. Don't be getting these palettes that's like here today and something new tomorrow, and then it's like nobody cares about it anymore. Because that's what's gonna happen. Nobody's gonna care about it anymore, and it makes me sad. Because if they didn't come out with stuff so much, you know, you could really enjoy your makeup and, like, you know, really work on doing different looks and, you know, combinations and stuff like that. But, you know, if you're an eyeshadow junkie like I am, it's like when I see a new color store, I'm like, oh, wait, I don't have that. But it's like, no, just rearrange your own stuff and you probably have it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I hope y'all can hear me because my mic disappeared. Okay, maybe I should take this off. These are my new ears, y'all. I try to get my team to get them at work because our theme is It's a Small World, and I have been stalking these since the beginning of school, and there was one pair left and they were 20 bucks, and like, these are from the Disney parks, and I was like, I'm not playing with y'all. Like, I'm getting my Small World ears. Cause I couldn't decorate my classroom, so what else am I gonna do? Get some ears. Duh. Okay, y'all, that's it. The lipstick I have on is not what I planned to get. Let me see. And I'll link everything that's on my face. This is the I Need a Nude lipstick by Natasha Denone in the shade Andrea. I got this when I, you know, finagled that 25% off and got the Warm palette. Don't want to talk about it. Please respect my privacy at this time. It will happen. A roasting session will happen about that palette. Okay, guys, so here is the final look. I really do love both eyeshadow looks. Like I said, they're very similar. It's just one shade different, but super cute. That's it for today's video. You know, I just want to encourage myself and you all to start shopping your stash, seeing what you have, and you know, just after you do that, you can kind of think like, do I still want this? Like, is the thrill still there? If you are a rawbeautykristi fan or supporter, I like rawbeautykristi. Like I said, I'm still fairly new to her, so I'm not downing her collection and I'm not downing her palette. The reason why I'm doing this is because I really liked the palette and was considering getting it. I was really back and forth about it, and I was like, ooh, no, I'm gonna just go ahead and get it. It's only $20, but $20 adds up if you're gonna be spending multiple $20 on different things. You know what I mean? It can be cheap. You can get the 10% off with trim mood and everything like that. But like, if this was an Alice in Wonderland palette, hands down would have got it. You can't tell me nothing about Alice in Wonderland. I would have gotten that palette whether I had it or not. So, you know, you have your things that you're gonna buy. So you just have to be choosy and, you know, let us choose. We choose what we wanna buy. Don't feel pressured by, you know, social media or somebody else is getting all these reviews, because watch what's gonna happen next week. You're gonna open up your YouTube and it's gonna say, rawbeautykristi at Foresight, rawbeautykristi at Foresight. It's already happening, and then I don't feel like watching it. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't. Unless it's my friends. If it's my friends, I wanna see what they're doing, but I don't wanna keep watching the same reviews of the same palette over and over again. Like, I wanna see something new and different. That's how I feel. I'm getting bored. Don't get me wrong, I still have some stuff that everybody has. I have a box sitting here. I still got to do Charlotte Tilbury Fire Rose. I wanted that. I was getting it. I don't care. I still have Huda Beauty here. You know, nobody might even want to see that anymore. I don't know. What else do I have? I got the Blueberry Muffin palette. I've seen people do stuff with that. So not as much, but you know, the big items that come out, it's like when I open up my homepage on YouTube, it's just the same thing back to back to back. And it's like, after a while, I don't want to see any more the child palette reviews. I just don't. I sound really negative, but I'm not. I'm just being honest, like, about why I'm doing this and why I'm on YouTube and what I want to see when I get on. I love now that I'm seeing like stuff from brands I've never heard of. Like, I like when I saw a review on Looksy Beauty. I'm like, Looksy Beauty, what's that? Terra Moons, what's that? Now there's like a whole bunch of other brands, and I'm just like, oh, I've never heard of these. Like, there's so many good things out. I just don't want to be stuck in a box about what I'm looking at, you know, when I get on here. And I want to provide different content for you guys too. And some of the same. Because the same isn't bad. I'm rambling, but I'm just saying the same isn't bad, but sometimes I just want to see something fresh. I want to see something different. That's why I'm really loving these creators that are, you know, shopping their stashes, switching up their vibes, switching up their single shadows, like, you know, making new palettes, or, you know, making temporary palettes and then putting them back and, you know, doing something else. Like, because then you want to use it. Like, I want to see some of my shades hit pan. I want to see some of my shades like, damn, I used this up. You know, that makes me feel good when I have empties, and I don't have a lot of empties, which means I need to stop buying. All right, y'all. Well, in any case, thank you so much for taking some of your time and giving it to me. You know, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me and just allowing me to share my collection as well as my thoughts with you. So make sure that you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye.